Can you hear me out there? I hope you can. I want to give it just a few minutes or a minute or two, just let everybody get on here. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm going to pin the links in here on the chat. So has anybody ordered a OUPES Exodus 1200 yet? So, anybody out there? I see one. Trying to get off these symbols here real quick. So, OUPES sent me the Exodus 1200 right here. They've been a pretty good company to me. I'll be honest with you. I ain't had no trouble with them or anything. They first sent me the Exodus 600 here, and it's worked fine. For just a little one, believe it or not, this little thing here, it'll run my double door refrigerator for approximately a little over an hour. Not a whole lot. But the Exodus 1200 right here, I'm telling you what, this thing is flat, just amazed me. And then I also got the Mega 1 right here. Just figured I'd bring them out. And these are the OUPES 240 watt solar panels, foldable. Take them out in your yard. They work great. I've used them a couple of 3 times, just checking them out, try to take care of them. But OUPES has been a real good brand. I ain't had no trouble with them. Like I've told y'all before, their warranty and customer service is excellent. When I first got my first Mega 5, that's when they first come out. It had a bad battery cell. Got a hold of them. They took care of it. Before I even got to send my old one off, they sent my new one. And then I just handed it off to the UPS guy. I mean, it all worked out great. I can't talk bad about OUPES. They've treated me real good on the customer service and warranty. And, you know, really, I've not had no trouble out of none of them since that Mega 5. The OUPES Mega 1, it would get down to 0%, and then it would last. At first, it lasted about an hour and a half, but after I used it a few times, it got down to where it was just about 15 minutes. So it would hit 0% and then last for about another 14, 15 minutes. Then it would go, it'd just die off then. I see Homestead Engineering. Hello. Hey, how are you, buddy? Appreciate you clicking on the video here, the live stream. But he's always commenting, good guy. I've watched his videos. I recommend watching his, to be honest with you. He's a real good guy, knows what he's talking about. But the OUPES Exodus 1200, I'm going to tell you what, this thing my double door refrigerator, it'll run it for 10.5 hours. And my little single refrigerator, just a normal freezer on top, fridge on the bottom, it'll run it for over 15 hours. I'm wanting to say 15 hours and 40 minutes, 43 minutes, somewhere through there. Guaranteed 15.5 minutes on that fridge. So if you've got newer refrigerators, it should run yours longer, I'll be honest with you, because my double door is 30 years old, and the single one in there, I know it's 15. I know that. But if you've got like CPAPs, oxygen concentrators, if you're just wanting it for a TV, a lamp, just emergency, power out for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, 10 hours, I'm telling you what, you can't beat it for the size and the price. Regular price is going to be $6.99, and right now, and it's in the description, you can get it for $350 if you click on the link, and if you use my code on checkout, I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, there we go. That's my discount code. If you click put that in on the discount code as you're checking out, that'll be another 5%. And I'm pretty sure they told me it's $314.50 is what it'll cost you for the 1,200. And that's only good to February the 14th. So I highly recommend, honestly, grabbing one for that price. Because if you look at other brands, I'll just throw it out there, the Blue Eddy, the All Powers, Jackery, I don't care who you look at. If you get around the 1,000-watt mark, give or take, I guarantee you OUPES has got their price beat. Guaranteed, I'm telling you. And like I said, this thing has a 1,500 boost mode. And that's if it'll go up to 1,200. Let's just start fresh. It's got 992 watt hours, 1,200 watt continuous output. That means you can plug up 3 things, all your USB, whatever you want, up to 1,200 watt output. And when it reaches that, that's the limit. But if you plug up more stuff, it's drawing more. It can go up to 1,500 watts. But what it does is it lowers that voltage and it spreads it out a little bit more. And just for instance, let's say you're running an air compressor. And with everything else on there, let's say an air compressor, let's say it's drawing 100 and, I don't know, let's say 100 watts, volts, whatever, watts. This thing, it's going to take their voltage and lower it to where it's only getting about 80. It's just lowering it enough to still run it, but it ain't giving it all that it can take. So that way it spreads it out. And like I said, I do recommend that you don't use sensitive items when you're in between that 1,200 and 1,500 boost mode, because your sensitive items like TVs, computers, refrigerators, laptops, it needs what it's supposed to get. So you don't want to lower the voltage on them. I'm talking about if you're going to go over the 1,200 and between 12 and 1,500, stay on air compressors, lights, a little CPAP, electric heater, electric blanket, stuff like that. That ain't got a lot of brains to it, like a computer or a TV with all the microchips and everything. But you can use this, and if you don't have any withdrawal from it, it'll shut off by itself in 6 hours. And again, it's got the boost mode, but it's also got 3,600 watt surge. And I'll tell you what, for a little thing like this, that is hard to find. I mean, truthfully, that is hard to find. Myself, I ain't looked at every power station out there. This is the first roughly 1,000 watt, 992 watt hours that's got 3,600 watt output or surge. And like I said, get it here. I don't know if you can see it. Your USB ports, your USB-A is 18 watt. Your USB-C is 140 watt. And like I said, you got a 12 volt lighter port and 12 volt 5521 barrel ports, plus your 3 AC outputs. 23 pounds. I mean, handle in the back. You've got your IoT button for your phone app, your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. appears your QRC code. Just scan your phone on there. And then when you get to the app, you link it up with this right here. Right there, you got the app, no problem. But so far, this thing has run everything that I've plugged it up to, which in my house, what I'm saying, I ain't been outside. We've had so much snow and sleet and stuff, it's just finally starting to melt off. But I've really liked this. I'll just be honest with you. Like I said, I've done the tests on my double door refrigerator, 10.5 hours. It was like 10 hours and 32 minutes. And then on my single fridge, like I said, 15 hours and 40 some minutes. So, I mean, you can't beat that. I'll be honest with you. Get a coffee here. I was trying to put in a poll question, but I can't seem to get this off of these emojis, and I don't know why. There we go. But let's see here. Heating and powered my Mega 1 right now. There you go, buddy. Homestead Engineering, he's using his Mega 1 right now. Things are good in Kentucky. And it is hard to beat the OUPES, as he says, Homestead Engineering, for the price and what they're giving you. I'll be honest with you. And I'm not saying that just because of this live stream. Like I said, no line about it. I've never been paid by OUPES. They ain't gave me nothing. But this right here, the 1200 and the little 600, it's all I've ever got. I ain't going to lie to you. If they don't work out, they don't work out. And I'll just say it. I've said it before on other brands. But I tell you what, OUPES, to me, I mean, they're climbing up there quick because they're not shortcutting people. They're giving you what you're paying for. They're not lying to you. I just seen a video come out, I hate to say it, about All Powers. They pretty much proved the point. They lied about a few things. They even showed the email where All Powers shows that they've been lying. And I hate that, but some companies do that. And there are so many companies out there now, you can't even hardly keep up with them. And there's a lot of no-name companies out there. But OUPES, I'm flat telling you, buddy, I have really been impressed with them. I've been pleased with them all the way around. Like I said, I know anything human-made is going to have glitches. And I don't care what brand, what you get, a truck, a washer, dryer, refrigerator, computer, you name it. If it's man-made, 5 of them out of the 100 is probably going to have a glitch or something wrong with it, just to be honest with you. But the difference is with companies, if they back it up, if they give you your money's worth, if it ain't working right and you call them up and tell them that, they replace it or fix it one, hey, it's all good, But when you get these companies that you call, it really don't give a hoot. That's who you stay away from. And I ain't going to mention it here on live stream because I don't want to hurt no company's name, but I actually paid good money. I mean, good money, roughly $2,000 for a 5,000 watt power station. And it didn't work right when I got it. And it took me, honestly, about 3 weeks, about 4 weeks on their case to just get it returned. They would act like, well, we didn't get your email. And, oh, well, you didn't get the return label. I mean, people, OUPES here, like I said, they send out my replacement before I even ship my old one. They actually told me when the new one comes, just hand off your old one. And I'm going to be honest with you, that really surprised me right there, because every other company that I've sent back, they want it back 2, 3 weeks, even up to 4, I'll be honest with you, before you even receive your other one. The other non-mentioned 5,000 watt one that I had to send back, I'm going to tell you what, I really didn't think I was going to get a replacement. It took me forever to get them to accept it back. And then it took longer than I anticipated to get it back. They just simply wanted no rush. They waited 2 weeks before they even answered the email me asking, hey, where's my new one at, my replacement? But, hey, that's, like I said, that's just companies. When you buy the off brand, that's what you get. But we're here to talk about the Exodus 1200, and I'm flat telling you, I have been impressed with it. If you haven't gotten one, I'm telling you, honestly, before it goes back to regular price, they're $6.99. February 14th is the last day. You can get this thing for $350. And if you use my code, coupon code there at checkout, it'll lower it to $314.50. Now, that's exactly what OUPES sent to me, so that's what I'm relaying to you. I've tried to put it in the chat there. To me, it ain't going through. If it's on there, will somebody look and tell me, but I don't see it. So, see here, live chat. Let me see if I can try this one more time and put it up there for people. I just cannot send it. It will not let me. This is my first live. I know I'm probably doing something wrong. Like I said, I'm not no big computer geek or nothing. I scrape by. That's why my videos, they're not top notch, and I know that. But I tell you the truth, you know, I give you the best that I can. That's, yes, Homestead Engineering. That's my coupon code. Is my links on there to OUPES for the 50% off? Can you tell me that? I just can't seem to get this thing to work for me on the chat. Or it ain't showing me that it's up there. I see you, but that's it. But if you see the link taking you there for the 50% off, give me a thumbs up or hit yes or no. Link is in the description. Yes, I was trying to put it on the chat, but no big deal. As long as y'all can find it, that's all I worry about. Hey, I try to be honest. I'm a church-going guy. I ain't going to lie to you for nothing. Again, I'm not getting paid, and even if I was getting paid, I ain't going to lie to you. Money is too hard to come by for normal working folks, so I'm not going to take advantage of nobody. If I get something and it don't work, flat going to tell you, don't buy it. You know, it's junk. See here, it's there in the description. As long as y'all can see it in the description, that's all that matters. And like I said, right there, put that in the coupon code at the end when you're checking out, and that'll be another 5% off, and it should take it to $314.50. But like I said, my Mega 1, it's run great. I mean, I have no complaints except for that last 15 minutes. It shows 0 for the whole 15 minutes. 14 to 16 minutes, I'll put it like that. But other than that, no problems. I got 2 of them. I love them. I'm not going to lie. This little thing here, like I told you, the Exodus 600, it run my double-door refrigerator for, a little over an hour, somewhere roughly like an hour. There it is. Let me say here, I'm trying to show it to you, and it won't come on now. But this little thing, I mean, my gosh, it's 256 watt hours, 600 watt continuous, and 1200 watt surge, and it'll run my double door refrigerator, even if it's just for an hour. I mean, it just shows you that they do have the power. You know, we're not lying to you about nothing. But this 1200, I'm going to tell you what, and I was explaining to a friend, you know, they were asking me, how did the little 1200 Exodus run my double door refrigerator for 10 and a half hours when the Mega 1 would only run it for, I think it was 8 hours, pretty much right on the dot, 8 hours. And like I told them, this has a 1200 watt inverter. This here has a 2000 watt inverter, but this has to use more juice to keep it going, not even putting out energy, just running itself to work. This only takes 1200. And the way I told him, you know, if you're going from point A to point B and you've got a truck with a V8, then you've got a little Toyota with a 4-cylinder and they're going exactly 50 miles. That little Toyota's not going to use as much gas as that V8, even though the V8's bigger. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So if you're just looking for something for a home backup, when your power goes out for a few hours, half a day, maybe picnics, travel, I don't know, The 1200 is perfect. I'm telling you. And the price is even perfect. I mean, the price is great, but even at $6.99, you look at the other ones, they're basically maybe the same price, but you're not getting as much as the OUPES. You know, like I said, the 1500-watt boost, you know, the 6-hour shut off, the 140-watt USB-C ports, 2 of them, you know, the Wi-Fi. I mean, I'm just telling you. And again, I'm a fan of OUPES. I'm not going to lie about it. And it's not because they sent these. My Mega 5, I'm going to flat tell you, I love that thing. If somebody come and told me, if the military come in my house and told me they were going to take every power station I had, I could keep the one I wanted, it'd be the Mega 5. That thing has worked flawlessly. You know, my second one, flawlessly. I'm telling you. I can plug that thing up, both my refrigerators, both my freezers. I can turn that thing on at, let's say, 8 o'clock at night, let it run all night long, and I can make it probably to about like noon, maybe 1 o'clock, somewhere through there before it even dies. You know, so like I said, on power outages, you can't beat that, especially a 5,000-watt unit. I love them because you just plug the stuff up to them and walk away for hours. But, you know, this here, again, like I said, if you're just looking something for a vacation, CPAP, oxygen concentrator, you can't beat it. But tell me and give me a thumbs up or a 1 or a 2. How many of you out there actually own an OUPES power station, any size, and what do you think of it? You know, let me know if you own one. And then, you know, if you like it, maybe put a thumbs up next to it or something. You know, if you got any complaints, show that too. I'm willing to hear you and talk to you, and OUPES will see this as well. So, hi, East Kentucky Prepper. We had a record-breaking snowstorm in northwest Florida. You were instrumental in me getting into power stations. Hurricanes are a way of life for us, but not snowstorms. Hey, I got a sister-in-law, lives down there in Venice. You know, she says they really didn't get nothing, but I know other parts I've seen on the news, 8-10 inches. And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all freaked out, but I hope you got out there and had fun. But when your power's out, it's not really that fun. I know that. You know, even here, I mean, you're just trying to keep your pipes from freezing, keep some heat in the house, whether you got propane or coal or wood stove. But, you know, you got to keep them refrigerators going. Food is way too high. Sister-in-law told me today she went to Save-A-Lot. I don't know if a lot of y'all know what that is. It's a grocery store. It's supposed to be, you know, save your money. And I think it was a dozen of eggs were $9, $8.99 for a dozen of eggs. So, you know, you don't want your food to go bad. Let's see here. Mega 1 has a 3% inverter drain. The 1200 has a 1.5. Hey, thank you, buddy. Inverter drain. The 1200 is better for low watt instrumental. Yep, you're exactly right, buddy. You've done your homework. That's Kurt Weirich, I believe, if I said that right. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, that's exactly right. You know, and that's why I like this thing so much. You can use it, but it ain't eating up its own battery, just keeping itself running. You know, you're not using hardly none at all, far as just it running itself. And that's what's so great about it. And that's why I try to explain to my friend. Had to do it twice just to make sure I got it through to him. Wayne, if he's on here, give me a yell. But yeah. You can't beat it. I'm flat telling you, for the size and what it can do. And that's what really gets me, is what it can do. I mean, I can plug up both my refrigerators and I can plug up my 2 freezers to it. And to be honest with you, I mean, they've never even surged at the same time and kicked this thing off. It will run all 4 of them. So, you know, and that's not for the 10 and a half hours. The 10 and a half hours just on my double door refrigerator. But what I'm saying is you can run all 4 of them on there. It has the power, that 3,600 watt surge. I mean, and when you're looking at power stations, yeah, look at that watt hour. But I'm going to tell you something. Keep an eye on that surge, because if you buy a real nice power station, it's got a lot of watt hours, but it ain't got no surge, you're not going to be able to plug 3 or 4 or 5 things up to it, because it ain't going to go over that surge. It'll kick the breaker on it. So that's what you got to look at. You know, a lot of these companies will say, you know, oh, you know, it's got this many watt hours. Well, that's great, but what's the surge? What's the output? 1,200 watt output. It's like here a while back, I bought that one power station for my future son-in-law. It had, I think it was 700 watt continuous, 750. I forget now. Good for what it was, but you ain't going to hook a whole lot up to it because it ain't going to put it out. Maybe one refrigerator, you're good, but you ain't going to run 2 or 3 of them on there. But see else here. I don't see nothing else yet. Do any of you own a OUPES? If you do, put it in the comments right there. Let me see. Just put, OUPES. That'll let me know you own one. And, if you're thinking about one, just type in thinking. Let me know. But I'll tell you what, you'll not get a better company to work with. All right. Homestead Engineering definitely owns one. The Mega 5, I believe is what he said. Or the Mega 1. Yeah. Thinking, John D. Well, I'm telling you, John, if you are thinking, I'm not pushing you. It's your life. I get what I want. I don't tell anybody what to buy. If you are going to get one, think hard during this little sale they got going on, because you don't want to make your mind up after February the 14th and have to pay $6.99. I'm just being honest with you. And like I said, with the coupon code, $314.50. Exodus 600, Exodus 1200, Mega 1, Mega 3 with 2 extra batteries. Kurt Weirich, good for you, buddy. Hey, you know what they can do then, or you wouldn't keep buying them. That's why I say, once you get an OUPES, I'm being honest with you, you'll kind of get hooked on them because they are dependable and they don't drain your wallet. And I hate to say it, like a Blue Eddy, and I love Blue Eddy, don't get me wrong, but they are expensive. Anchor, they're expensive. But I'm going to flat tell you, as long as you got a good warranty with a good company, they all do the same thing as far as powering up your appliances or CPAPs or whatever. So, it's something you need to look at. I know, I've bragged on Blue Eddy. Do not get me wrong. I love my Blue Eddies. Absolutely love them. They run flawlessly. But you pay dearly for them. I'm not going to lie. And their newer models, same thing. They're just going up and up and up. Same with Jackery, Anchor. They're all just getting so expensive. And I guess that's what led me to OUPES, because, honestly, you can afford them. And they have sales all the time. That's what I like about them, too. You cannot go wrong. 1 Exodus 600 and 2 Exodus 12s and 1 Mega 1. Jeffrey Morrissey. I ain't got my glasses on, so don't get mad at me. I hope I pronounced that right. Hey, you know what I'm talking about then. Like I said, and thank y'all for putting that. If anybody has had any trouble and dissatisfied with OUPES, with the warranty or whatever, just put in there dissatisfied or angry or something. Just let me know. I personally ain't met one person that's been actually dissatisfied. I've talked to a couple of people, but actually they hadn't even turned it in on the warranty. They were asking me, does yours do this or does that? I've told them, if it's doing that, you need to turn it in on your warranty before the warranty goes up, So I don't know if they did. One was from England. I'm pretty sure he was from England. But, you got to give them a chance. So definitely turn it in if something is wrong. They will fix it. I guarantee you that. Because I'm telling you, I've talked to them too many times. I've talked to other people. They have great customer service. And for a day or two, they might talk to you about it. Try this, try that. Hey, I understand that. They don't want to ship it back and ship you another one and nothing actually wrong with it. So just do that. They even asked me to take a small video of my Mega 5 when it was messed up. Didn't care a bit. A little 5-minute video. Sent it to them. And like I said, within like 2-3 days, they were like, hey, here's your return label. Box it up. We'll send you a new one and hand it off. So I can't complain about them. But they look good. Personally, my opinion, I think the Mega 1 looks better than the Exodus, but it's all about what it can do. So, to each of their own on that. But I think the Mega 1s look awesome. They look just like the Mega 5s, just miniature. They just changed the style on the Exodus 1200s here. And I like the looks of them, but Mega 1 I do like better. That style, the Mega series, I'll put it that way. I like the Mega series better. And again, their solar panels work great. I keep these in the box in the plastic just like I received them. I've took them out about 3 times, just playing with them, making sure they work and everything. But the Mega 5, it'll take my Blue Eddy array, 700 watts, just like that. I mean, it goes up to what is it, like 2,000 watts on the Mega 5. But they try to give you all they can, you know. So, I mean, like I said, I could go buy a new Anchor or Blue Eddy, but then I look at the OUPES, I'm getting the same thing for cheaper. So, I mean, I can invest that into solar panels, another power station, you know, ball game tickets or something. You know what I'm saying? You're just saving money. So, I don't know if you can see them all there real good, but I'll tell you what, I'm very happy with them. They've all worked perfect. But the Mega 1, like I said, that's a good buy right there too. No complaints on it. That last 15 minutes of a 0%, that's about it. But they all work awesome. I've got the 2 Mega 1s, the Mega 5, Exodus 1200, and the 600. And like I say, I can't say nothing bad about them. See, anybody else got anything to say tonight? You cannot go wrong. Yep. Well, I do hope y'all at least jump on this deal with the Exodus 1200. Because like I said, for the money, even if you don't use my code 350, let's say 350, you're not going to beat that on a 992 watt hour with a 1200 watt output and a 3600 watt surge. Plus the extras. You're not going to beat that. But then you drop it down with the coupon code to 314. People, I'm just flat telling you, I don't care what company you can show me or go up to. It can match this, you know, watt to watt. You're not going to get it for no $314. I promise you that. I don't care what brand it is. But I mean, like I say, you know, just if you're looking at getting into power stations, look at OUPES. I ain't pushing you to buy them. Just look at them, check them out, watch your videos. Not just mine. There's others out there a lot better. I ain't going to lie to you. You know, like I said, I just do this to pass time. I love power stations. I love communicating with people. See, my Mega 1 and Exodus 1200 do the same thing. Here you go. Does your discount code work on Amazon? No. Just being frank here with you. If you're going to use my coupon code, you have to go to the link I put in the description, click on it. It will take you to OUPES, but you're going through my link. Then you've got it. If you're going to get it, you know, click checkout. It'll come up $350, but then it'll have a little bar there. It says, you know, coupon code. You put in my coupon code right there. East Kentucky Prepper, OUPES. You put it in, then at checkout, it'll bring it down. It should show you before, but I ain't going to guarantee you that. I don't know how OUPES works. It should show you the total before checkout, but your total will come out to $314.50. That was straight from OUPES to me. I've got the email. You know, anybody doubts it, I can show you, but that's exactly what it's going to come out to if you use the coupon code. But again, you have to use my link. Now, you can go to Amazon. I'm not going to lie to you. Again, I want you to get the better deal for you. You can click the Amazon link and get it for $350. I'm almost 100% positive on that. But yeah, if you want to just pay the $350, go to Amazon, grab it. You know, no big deal to me. I'm not making no money. They're giving me 5%, but I'm going to flat be honest with y'all people. In my account that you get for power stations, and I've got, I think, 4 on there, different companies. In my little account, I've got like $23, $24 is what I've earned. I don't try to earn it. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't work no more. I'm disabled. I've had a double lung transplant. I don't want to make no money because at the end of the year, you got to pay all that back. So that's why I ain't worried about the money. But that's what I got in my account. Not even touched it. You can't take it out, I don't think, till like $50. But I don't even try to get people to really go through my account or whatever. If you want to, go for it. You can save money, but don't do it for me. You do it for you. But if you want to pay that $350, click that Amazon link, go for it. Like I said, I'm not trying to get rich. You ain't going to get rich off of this right here, being an affiliate. I just like to do it truthfully. I like doing the videos. If a company will send me a little power station, and it ain't nothing big, little 600 to 1200, that's great. That's great for me. It gives me a video or two to do. I'm not trying to make no money. You have a great channel. Keep up the good work. Hey, thank you, Homestead. I appreciate that. I did not even know that the double lung transplant was possible. You look great. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I am about 7 years out from my transplant, and I've been in rejection for a year. I go 2 hours away, 2 days a month, and I got to pour it in. I have to do like a transfusion. It's a photophoresis. But, hey, I'm doing good. I'm heading to Indiana, leaving tomorrow, Sunday. See my doctors on Monday and come home Monday night. Like I said, people, I'm home all day. I just love doing YouTube, power stations, solar, radios, stuff like that. It keeps me busy. So, I'm a good Christian guy. I try to do the right thing. I ain't trying to rip y'all off. If you want to go through Amazon, hey, I shop on Amazon all the time. You do what you need to do. But you can get it cheaper through my link, and I ain't worried about the money. And it don't cost you nothing extra. But if you're comfortable with Amazon, you go for it. I just be happy with what you get. But I will promise you, you will not regret getting this power station right here. I'm flat telling you. I mean, they're awesome. It blew my mind away with the 3600 surge. It really did. I have a coworker who had a double lung transplant from their work on the POW after 9/11. You are doing much better than he is. Hey, God bless him. I hope he does great. Since I've had mine, I've talked to many people. I'm in contact with 3 or 4. I get a lot of phone calls from word getting out. People who know me, they'll call me, hey, we're looking on getting on the transplant list. What can we expect? Stuff like that. I'm not trying to take over the live stream here, but, it's a big process. You really need to think about it. Like I said, when it's either die or go through that surgery, let me tell you what, you're going to go through that surgery, and I don't care who you are. You don't want to leave your family or nothing. And me, I'm in rejection. I hope everything works out great. It's either going to stay on the port right here 2 times a month for the rest of my life, or I got to get back on the lung transplant list. They're going to tell me the results tomorrow and tell me the decision. Again, not trying to take over the video, just letting y'all know, especially there's some on here that's been with me ever since I've started. So I guess I do need to let y'all know a little bit about me, but, hey, pray for me and pray for everybody else who has this problem. And I pray for people every day. And again, like I say, get back on track. You're not going to go wrong with this. Not for the money. If you have to give the $350 and you don't even use my coupon code, it is worth it, hands down. Like I said, I'd rather pay the $350 as $6.99. I mean, it's a no-brainer right there. I mean, right now you could pretty much just go ahead and get you 2 of them. That'd be full price what they're going to be later, But again, the voltage going in it on the power station is a 16 volt to 26 volt, and then that's 240 watts. But you can double AC in your solar and get 840 watts. So that's pretty fast right there, taking it in. But like me, I can hook this up just to a single panel, 200 watt panel. And I could probably charge, I ain't done it yet, to be honest. We ain't had a lot of sun, to be honest with you. I could probably charge this up, and I'm wanting to say probably about anywhere from 7 to 9 hours. I know that seems like a long time, but, it does take a lot, of a solar to go into these things, especially when you ain't got that 700 watt input. That's one thing I like about the Blue Eddy, the input. But most people don't have a big array or nothing. They use these for backup. You plug them up, you keep them charged up, and then when the power goes out or you need them for some reason, you use them and you get your 10, 15, 20 hours out of them, whatever you're using it on. And then when that little situation clears up and everything's back to normal, you plug it right back up to the wall, charge it up, put it on a shelf. stick it in your closet. You know, it'll hold charge on most of mine. I can't speak for this one because I ain't done it yet. I mean, I've charged them up, but most of mine, I can charge them up and just put them away. And I have had one. It went 6 months without me even touching it, and it dropped like 3%. It was like 97%, 96 maybe. Wasn't nothing. You know, that ain't nothing. So you ain't got to worry about them depleting while they're sitting there, you know, waiting to be used. They hold their charge. If I ain't mistaken, on this one here, the Exodus 1200, it says charge it up every 3 months if you're not going to use it, is what it says. But I guarantee you, and you can try it yourself, I'd say you could go 6 months, and I guarantee it wouldn't drop below 95%. I'd make a wager with you on that, you know, penny to a peanut, you know, but I'm telling you, you don't got to worry about them draining and being empty when you need them. So, nothing yet on Nobody New, but hey, I do recommend them. And like I said, a lot of people's partial to other companies, you know, Jackery, Blue Eddy, Anchor, whatever. You know, every now and then you can find you a good one on a cheap little sale, just like I done that one on Amazon, the Dr. Prince. That was a good deal, a 2,000 watt. And when I got mine, it was $400. But then it went to it was $450, I believe. And then it went to $499 after I got mine. But still at $499, that was a great price. You know, the same exact one on the Alcatel, I paid up to $1,100 when they first come out. And I think the cheapest I got was, I wanted to say like $799. Then I actually got a used one for $300. That was not Dr. Prince, it was the gray one. It's a funny name, Pula, or whatever it was. Still got it, still works great. But unless you drop these things on concrete, unless you drop them in a river, you know, if you just absolutely do not take care of them, you know, that is the only way that they're going to go bad. Carry them around the house, put them on a shelf. I put them in my car and took them. As long as you just don't destroy them and be rough with them, they last. I mean, they're made, you know, to hold together. They're not going to come apart or nothing. A lot of people I've heard ask me, well, they're made of plastic. That'll fall apart and break in no time. Not unless you're just an abusive person on stuff. You know, when we've traveled, I've took my electric cooler, I've popped one in the floor, plugged it up. You know, I know you can put them in your lighter port, but I hate when we stop somewhere to eat, you turn off your car, then that turns off. And if you're in there for an hour, you know, I just like to take a power station, plug it up. That way I know it's running the whole time. But bumps and stuff real rough on it, I've never had one go bad on me. Besides the bad battery cell, I've actually never had a real bad one. I had an Alcatel 2000MP model, just like the Dr. Prince. I was charging it up one time after like using it like 3 times. I believe it was just I had a bad part in it. It just quit working. It didn't, I mean, literally just stopped working. No noise or nothing. Never would even come back on. Luckily, they held up to their bargain. Shipped it back. Waited about 2 or 3 weeks and got me a new one. Still got it. Works great. But that's the thing I love about OUPES. I don't really worry. And I'm telling you the truth. I do not worry about it. If it's not my fault, I know I'm covered, you know, within that warranty, you know, whether it's 5 years or 3 years. If this one didn't come on today, you know, I know I could send it. Well, where they give me this one, I probably couldn't. But my Mega 1, my Mega 5, if something went wrong, I could send it back. I ain't got no worries. I don't sweat about it. So, you know, that's the thing I like about OUPES. I mean, they're just a great little power station. They look good. They do what they say they'll do. And to be honest with you, I do love the screen. I mean, right there, it gives you your, I hope y'all can see that, but it gives you your time remaining, your battery charge, discharge, the percentage of the battery, your output and input. I mean, it gives you everything. It even shows you the hertz on it, 60 hertz. I mean, it tells you everything. There's the AC. Like I said, right here is your inputs. at your solar. Like I said, 240 watts. Try to get it closer for you if I can. Right there is your solar input, 240 watts, 16 volt to 26 volt. Right here is your AC plug-in right there. Plug into the wall. You put your cord in here, plug the cord into the wall. Right there's your breaker. If you should get a surge, off of a piece of equipment that you're running off of this, a bad laptop or something, and something goes back in through here, it's got a good BMS system, protects you from everything. At the very most, the breaker will pop. That's it. You just replace the fuse is what you do. I mean, it's simple. I have a coworker. Oh, sorry, it's the same one. Hit that like button. Yes, I would appreciate y'all hitting the like button. Helps out the channel. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people watch your videos, and if they don't hit that like button, they don't share it, subscribe, the algorithm will not put it out there, and that's one thing I really don't even ask a lot for y'all to hit the like button, but I would appreciate it. But like I said, I do this for me just as much for y'all. This is just a hobby. I'm not trying to be no major YouTube star. It'll never happen. I know that. I just like to communicate with people that like solar, like power stations, just like me. It's fun. 99 Fabrication. Talk to him a lot. I watch his videos. He watches mine. I've learned stuff from him. He's learned stuff from me. And that's what I like. And just like Homestead Engineering here, I've learned a lot from him. He has got a great channel. So, I'm putting him out there, Homestead Engineering, great channel. Check him out. Get on the chat right here. Just click on his link, save him, subscribe. He is a good guy. You can learn a lot from him. But, that's the whole thing. We all go around in a circle. We help one another. Some are better than others, but that don't mean the lowest guy on the totem pole don't know nothing. Just share, and it just goes around to everybody and they can spread it. But yes, if you'd subscribe to my channel and hit that like button, I truly appreciate it. I really would. But if you don't, no big deal. No hard feelings. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, check out OUPES. Other things I was just going to show you, not trying to kill time. I just like to spread the word on things. I've shown them before in some of my videos. This right here is an XT60 end. On this end is an Anderson. That way, if you got a power station that takes an XT60 and you just got an Anderson cord, you can get this off of eBay or Amazon. That right there, your Anderson cord hooks on that end. Your XT60 goes into your power station. Right there you go. Then if you got another power station that just takes an Anderson, you just pop this back off, use your Anderson cord on it. Right here is an XT90 to an XT60. Right here is an Anderson to an XT90 right there. Yeah, XT90 to Anderson. These things are very handy. Where I've got so many power stations, I use these all the time. I'm telling you, they're very, very handy. And again, you can get them off of Amazon, eBay. Go through my videos. You can see these. I've got links to them. So, check them out. Since this is your first live stream, I just want to say that your audio sounds nice and clear. No problem as you're moving around. Good deal, because I want to be honest with you. This is just my desktop computer. I was going to do it through my phone, but again, I'm not no big techno guy. I just thought this is the simplest way, and I'm using the mic that's built into my desktop, and I actually done a couple of test live streams. To me, it sounded crappy, to be honest with you. It sounded like I was back in the hole, so I'm glad you can hear me. Maybe it's better after it actually gets on a real live stream. I don't know, but I'm glad. I tried to set it up to where y'all could see everything. I didn't want to just get in a corner and hold it up here like this. I tried to do the best I can with what I got. But I'm not a millionaire. I'm not going to go out here and buy everything just to make a video. I've got a couple of good little lights, photo lights. They help. That's about the extent besides my cell phone and a camcorder, So I just try to do the best I can. Yes, he is a likable guy. I appreciate that, buddy. I really do. I try to treat everybody like I want to be treated. Honestly, I'll treat you better than you treat me. You know, I just want respect. I'll give it right back to you. And, you know, God bless everybody. I ain't got an enemy in the world. I really don't want one. You know, we all got too much trouble of our own to go out here and make enemies or act like a butt to other people. I try to hold the door for women, stop if someone's got a flat. I do what I can to help everybody else. Because I figure, you know, in the long run, it's going to come back to you is the way I look at it. You know, whether they appreciate it or not, Lord's looking at you. You know, you're going to get yours is the way I look at it, to be honest with you. You sound fine. Your video quality and webcam level, but it works. More important, the audio is for that. Very clear. Good. I'm glad. I'll tell you the truth. I was nervous as crap to get on here tonight because I figured I didn't do something or it's going to sound like crap or it wouldn't look good. So I'm just glad it worked out. You know, OUPES, like I said, just being frank with you, they sent me the 1200 to do a review video and to do a live stream. And I've kept my word, and I have dreaded doing this all week. I ain't going to lie to you because I'm a very bashful person in front of a lot of people. I hate talking in front of people. It about kills me. Standing up in church, man, I'm telling you what, I mean, I'm a shaking in my boots. I'm just not a big crowd person, if you know what I mean. But, you know, before this started, that's what I told myself. These are the same people I talk to all the time on my videos. You know, I try to answer every comment that y'all send me or email. I have a lot of you that email me. You know, so what's the difference is the way I looked at it. You know, only thing with this is if I screw up, I can't edit it. You know, you're going to get to see me goof up. So we're just sitting here talking. And again, if you got any questions about OUPES in particular or the 1200, please ask away. I will do my very best to help you because I'm telling you, again, I'm not trying to make OUPES money. I am just honestly trying to tell y'all for the sale on this, please don't let it pass you by. Because I'll tell you another thing, and Trump's already said it, those fog in my head, they're going to put them on China. Crap. You know what I'm talking about. Tariffs. He is going to put the tariffs on, and solar is going to be hit. So I can just flat tell you now, whenever that happens, I don't care what model, what brand, panels, anything to do with solar, I promise you, it's going up. And it's going to go up enough, it's going to hurt. So I will say that to you, you know. But again, $6.99 compared to $314.50, or even just $350, don't let it pass you by. And honestly, if this was a Jackery, the same deal, I'd tell you the same thing. Grab it for the money, you know. Even a little cheap off-brand name, you know, whatever, Samurai, whatever. Grab it for the money. You can't go wrong with that. I subscribed and follow you. I saw that you were having issues with your Mega 1. Have they improved? Does the Exodus 1200 exhibit the same characteristics? And that is Harrion North Warren. Please forgive me for my glasses. I hate them. Harrion North Warren. I'll tell you, my Mega 1s, and it's both of them, I've used them enough now and got them in sync, calibrated. And the one thing that they told me, and I've told this on the video, and I'm going to tell everybody if you're watching, on the Mega 1 right here, the issues I was having is when it got down the battery level to 0%, it would run like another hour and a half. I contacted OUPES about it, and what they told me is let it get down to 0 till it shuts itself completely off. It'll give you that error code. You turn it off, turn the power off, wait 2 seconds, 3 seconds, turn the power back on, then plug it up to the wall AC, let it charge to 100%. But I can't show you on that one because it ain't on. But it ain't showing it on that neither. Right under the percentage of your battery right here, under the blue bar, the blue circle, you'll see your little fan spinning around. when you charge it up to 100%, if that little fan is still spinning, leave it plugged up. You leave it plugged up till that fan totally disappears and you can't see it nowhere. Then unplug it. That calibrates it, is what it does. It calibrates the computer, I guess, timing and all with the batteries. It syncs it all up and gets it level. Because I don't know how many times, it might be 20 times, it might be 40, 50, I don't know. Every time you use it, it gets out of whack just a little bit. And that's on pretty much any power station. But that calibrates it. And now when I run my Mega 1s, it's off about 15 minutes. That's all. When it hits 0%, in about 14 to 16 minutes, then it'll actually shut off. I can handle that. I couldn't handle an hour and a half because I wonder if you had to go somewhere or something. That's what kind of itched me about that. But now that I got it calibrated, it's within 15 minutes. And far as the 1200, no, I have had no issues with this. This thing has worked awesome. I'm going to be honest with you. I wish all of them worked this good. I ain't not even a glitch. And truthfully, I expected, when I got it, I didn't expect this to be not near as good as the Mega 1. But I'm flat going to tell you, this thing has worked great. No glitches. It does what it says. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, again, between the Mega 1 and the 1200, I like the Mega 1, but go ahead and take it back. I'll keep this one. Because like I said, it'll run my double door refrigerator a lot longer, 2 hours longer, 2.5 hours longer. It run it for 10 and a half. The Mega 1 just run it for 8. And again, it's, because of the inverters. So I'm telling you, if you like your Mega 1, you'll love this. I promise you. And for the money, you cannot beat it. So answers that question. If anybody has got any questions, please ask. I will do my very best. And if I don't know it, I'll get a hold of OUPES and I'll find out, But great tip. Hey, thank you, Homestead. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that about the little fan icon because it ain't in your book nowhere. I had to actually email them. Her name's Rita. I'll be honest with you. That's who I communicate with the videos and all that. She's the one that looked into it for me. She got back with me. And that was from she called them, I believe, engineers, technicians. But yeah, when that fan's going on when you're charging, when you hit 100%, if it's still showing that fan spinning, leave it alone. It might be 30 minutes. The first time, I believe it was, on my Mega 1, it was about 30 minutes that it kept charging at 100% with that fan going. But I think the second and third time, it was honestly like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. But that recalibrates it. When that fan disappears, then you can unplug it. Then it's fully charged and recalibrated is what it is. Have you connected the OUPES solar panel to it yet? Is that a 240 watt panel? I have not used the panels on this yet. I haven't used nothing but my panels that's on my building and on my ground mounts, simply because we've had so much snow and ice here. Our days is very overcast. I might get one sunny day a week, and that's basically it. We still got, back at my building, I bet you I still got 3 inches of snow in front of the door right there. We still got a little bit of ice on our blacktop road. So no, I haven't used these on this, but I have used these on my Blue Eddy. And to be honest with you, they do great. I mean, usually when you got a company that makes power stations and they come out with panels, usually they ain't so great. I'll be honest with you, but there are a few that are, but these right here, yes, they really are. I've hit 200 easy. I'm wanting to say once I hit around 220, but the rest, I'm pretty about 199, 200, which is good enough for me. Because, out of 240, you're never going to get exactly what they tell you they're going to do. Like that's a 240. On the average, you're probably going to get it between 190 and 200. It's just the way it is. But they work great. I recommend them. I mean, if you're looking to buy some, yes, I do recommend them. They're made very quality. I mean, there's nothing cheap made about them. On the back side, if I wasn't in such a little confined space, I'd show you. It's got the legs, orange legs. I think they changed the color to black now, if I ain't mistaken. They've got the orange legs. You've got the zip up bag to put all your cord in. And I'm wanting to say the cord that's on this is like 15 feet, maybe 20. I ain't going to promise you that. I'm wanting to say about 10 to 15 feet. You got a good little cord, and it's got different little adapters on it, kind of like having these, some of them's the barrel ports, but it all comes with it. It is made very well. I'm not going to lie to you. Foldable panels are always higher than the rigid panels that you put on a roof or something, just because of the material, the sun fading, the abuse of the weather. They're always going to be higher. I don't care what brand you get. I got a set of Dokia. I believe that's the way you say it, Dokia. 110 watt in there, foldable. They're like $75. They're 100 watts, $75, $79. I've not even opened them. They're still sealed up, but, you wouldn't think 100 watts would cost that much, but, in foldable, because it's only actually 2 little panels, but foldable panels are just high. Let's see here. I've connected a 200 watt third party panel that works great, but I don't have an OUPES panel. Well, there are some crappy panels out there. I'm not going to lie. I've had to send some back because they just literally wouldn't even get near what they, said they would. But I will vouch for the OUPES. If you buy them, don't worry about it. They're great, and they got great warranty. So, I'm just flat telling you, if you do buy OUPES, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I will tell you, a lot of people will do this. On these panels like this, use your handle and fold them up correctly. A lot of people will grab them and try to pick them up and fold them everything. It's my phone. Don't grab them like that, because you can crack them. And if you break your bus bars here, you've damaged it. I'll just be honest with you. So when you do use your foldable panels, fold them. Take your time. Don't get in a rush. Use your handle. Do not crack them, because I'm telling you, you're just damaging them. You're throwing your money away. But if you are looking at the OUPES, 240 watt or bigger or smaller, I'm telling you, you're getting a quality panels. I promise you that. And I don't vouch for a whole lot of products, because there are some cheap products out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. OUPES, I'm telling you what, 100%. Far as me, I have had nothing but great luck out of them. They're trying to give you something at a discounted, cheaper price, but they are actually giving you a quality power station and panels. They're not just slapping something together and throwing it at you. You are really getting good quality stuff. And the way I always look at that too is, if a company is going to give you a 2-year warranty, they do not expect that thing to last beyond 2 years, or they ain't going to give you your money back or replace it in the first place. Someone that gives you 5 years, 3 years, and I'll tell you the truth, my Mega 5-year warranty. These are littler ones. That's why they got the 3-year warranty. But I'm telling you what, they honor their warranty. And that's why they, like the Mega 5, you get the 5-year warranty. They know they ain't got to worry about it. And if they do, like I've told y'all, you're going to have one bad apple out of the dozen, or the 100, however you want to look at it. Things happen. When they make these power stations, the internal part in here, let's just say the battery cell, one little tube battery, the company that made that battery, they could have had a flaw, and they messed up on that one battery. But then OUPES buys a truckload of them batteries and puts them in their power stations. Well, because it don't work right because of that one battery, whose fault is that? Is that really OUPES or Jackery's, or Anchor's? It ain't their fault. They're buying components to put in their stuff. They don't know if it's actually working or not. So that's the thing. OUPES does honor their warranty. You ain't got to worry about that. Let's see here. That's a good number. I get 155 to 170 with my 200 watt panels. I've been happy with them. That's why I say, you're not going to get what they tell you, but that's just any of them. You can get the best, what's in the Canadian solar panels. They're like real high dollar. Same thing. You're not going to get what they put on there. If it's a 400 watt panel, you might get about 350. truthfully, 360. That's just the way it is. Thank you for explaining. What level or load did you use to discharge it at 0? Also, do you use USB-C ports, make a high-pitched noise? No, I'm not. I don't use my USB-C. Honestly, I hardly ever use them. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm 54 years old. I charge my phone up. That's really about it. My daughter, she has laptops, cell phones. She uses them all the time. And right now she has got my Vitamin, my Vitamin 1000. She's got it. She uses them all the time. But far as me, I really don't use the USB-C. If it was up to me, they could leave them off because I really don't use them. Now, the USB-A I do use. Again, I'm an older guy. Cell phones. I got some flashlights that's USB charged. You know, some little fans I put on my gas mantle, USB. They blow the heat out. So, but I ain't heard no squeals from it. I mean, I have tried them, but I've not heard nothing. I just don't use them regularly. My daughter's never said nothing, and she's used my 600 here. I had to literally get it back from her. She's the one that stole this from me. So I give her my Vitamin in place of this for a while. She wants this one back. She loves it. But, and this thing, I'll be honest with you, the little 600 here, this thing is awesome. I mean, my daughter loves it. I mean, she has nothing bad to say. I ain't had it in a while, and I keep forgetting you got to long press this. But she loves this thing. Her and her girlfriends, they sit around the table at their library, study hall, and her friends, they just plug everything up to it. I mean, it's a wonder it ain't all scratched up, but it looks brand new. But let's see here. I've used the USB-C to charge my phone, laptop, and power banks. I've not noticed any noise. That's good to hear. The only power station I've ever heard a loud squeal on is my Alcatel P5000. I'll be honest with you. You can charge that sucker up, and it's like a ringing in your ear. And when you unplug it, then it really gets high-pitched. But then it just slowly goes away. But that's the only one I have ever heard any kind of high-pitched noise from. And I can't explain that. Again, I'm not that smart. But that's the only one that does that. And that's my second one. The first one was bad, like I told you. But it works great. You know, it's got that high-pitched sound on it. Jeff, I noticed it when the iPad was at 100%. Okay, Jeff's talking. Use the supplies on the regular basis. Now, Patrick, are you talking to me now? Do you use the supply on a regular basis? What do you mean the supply? What are you talking about, the supply? If you don't care to type that in for me. Are you talking about using my power station, the 1200 Exodus? The OUPES units. Yes. I use them almost every day. You know, not every one. I trade them around where I've got so many. This one, matter of fact, I used it yesterday on my double door refrigerator. I just plugged it up and let it run till about 5, I think it was 4%. Then I unhooked it. And I do that just to cut a little bit of cost off of my electric bill. We got our electric bill actually day before yesterday. $269 is what ours was. Because I haven't been using them like I do in the summer. I still use them. But I have to have sun to recharge them, because if I'm going to plug them up to the wall and recharge them, what's the point? So when I got sun, I definitely break them out. But I try to at least use one power station a day. I'll use it either on all 4, my 2 freezers and 2 refrigerators. But like this one here, I plugged it up to my double door refrigerator and I just let it run. Knocks a little bit, chips a little bit off of that electric bill. But now when we get good weather and we got sun every day, I'm flat telling you, every day, my 2 freezers, 2 refrigerators, when we use the washer, that, and my TV and security cameras, I've always got them plugged up to solar from when Well, through the night and when I wake up, literally 24/7, unless we just get a 3, 4, 5 day streak of rain and cloud. I might run 2 or 3 days, but then I hold off, because if the power does go out, I got to leave some batteries that I can run on for about 4 or 5 days. So I hope that explains that. 80% charge, no noise. That's good to hear, Jeffrey. Yeah, I know that high-pitched noise, but it gets on your nerves too. It does me. But again, my Alcatel P5000, that is the only one that does it. Man, we've been on here over an hour. Hey, I'll keep going for a little bit. I enjoy this. But, like I said, I know everybody ain't got the money. I'm a poor boy, I'll flat tell you. I scrape and save. I literally started trading, buying and selling guns when I was 16 years old. And I accumulated a lot. And about 4 years ago, I just started selling them because I just looked at them. And I literally, with a gun that I might have had 200 in, here about 4 years ago, I could sell it for maybe $800, because that's a lot of years. I got good guns. I didn't get the little cheap plastic ones. I mean, Colt Pythons, Colt Cobras, Smith & Wesson 36s, nickeled, good guns. And I could really make my money on it. I had a Colt, not Anaconda, Python, blued Python, 1977. I give $2,000 for it. Kept it about 4 years, sold it for $35. But my point is, all these power stations that you see, I didn't just fork out money and pay for all them cash. I ain't got that kind of money. What I done is I sold some guns, and I would take that money and buy 1 or 2 power stations, because I made it. Over the years, the value of them increased. So actually, I kind of got them for free, or 1 for free. So that's why I got so many. It ain't that I went out here and just put them on a credit card or paid cash for them. I'm not stupid. I'm not rich, but I know when power goes out, food is too high to let go. And that is why I've got all these. And a lot of people, and I've heard it from a lot of people, why don't you get the unit like the EG4 mounts on your wall and you can just keep adding batteries and all that? 1, I don't want to hook it up. 2, if I connect the wrong wire and I fry everything, that's my junk. And 3, if something goes bad in it, one little thing, I'm out of power. It's not like I can run down to the store and buy that part. And I know a lot of people said, well, put them parts back. Man, you can't put back every part. I guess you could, but I'm not going to. I like the portable power stations because I get the same as they're getting. I've got plenty of solar. I already proved I went 4 days without power, using my battery banks or portable power stations. I went 4 days, and I estimated, I know I could hit 6 days. I know I could. Not watching TV, but just keeping my refrigerators and freezers going and lights. I know I could hit 6 days. But thing is, if this one tears up on me, I've got another one to fall back on. If it tears up, I've got another one to fall back on. What I'm saying. But that's my thinking. Don't mean I'm correct. You do you, and I'll do me. That's the best way I can tell you. What makes you happy, you go for it. This is what makes me happy. So, Patrick, no noise, okay. But, yeah, you just need to do you. And if you got the money for all that and you like it better, I say go for it. Hey, I'd have one, but I like it's better. It's simpler. And another little tip I was going to tell y'all is, like if y'all have watched my videos, which most of you have, my arrays on my building, how there's 3 arrays there, 700 watts on each row. When they come into the house, you've got them Anderson cords, and they all look the same. I labeled mine 1, 2, and 3, and I color coded them. And like I said, these are called cable zip ties to put, and they come with stickers. You can put them on there. But like for my blue Eddies coming off of that building, they're all color coded blue, And then I take a little sticker. I ain't got one right here. It's underneath, but you know, I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, right there you go. My blue ones, I put on my Blue Eddy. Anything it could take 700 watts. Stick a blue sticker on there. You know, my 600 watt ground mount. You know, that's my yellow. You know, right here. I put a zip tie on my Anderson solar cable coming into the house. Take a yellow sticker, put it on the power station that can take 600 and less. But that way, you won't take a 700 watt array and plug it up to like this right here. And this has got a BMS. You ain't got to worry about it. But a lot of power stations don't really cover that. That will fry them. So color code them. That way, if you have your wife or your daughter, you know, hey, I need you to hook that up. I'm not home. Hook them up. She ain't going to get them mixed up. She can just yellow to yellow. You know, that's all you got to do. And then I also write the volts, low volt and high volt that it has, and the watts of the array on that little sticker, you know, to put on here. I put all that info on that sticker right there. And if you have to put two, put two. But it just keeps you from burning stuff up, your power stations, over voltaging them and over wattage. But that way you get it correctly. You don't burn nothing up. No problem, Homestead. OUPES and Blue Eddy are my go-to brands. I started the Blue Eddy, and they are great across the board. I came across the OUPES later. I have some Picrons. Picron's a good one. Those are a hit and miss. I agree with you there. With Picron, it's either a good one or it's a bad one. I agree with you there. But if you get a good one, they're great. You know what I'm saying? But I've had a lot of people comment that Picron really, I mean, it's not that it goes bad. I've heard from a lot of people that Picron will not honor their warranty. And I did not know this till a while back. But with Picron, if you have a bad unit and it's not your fault, I've had one tell me he received it and it would not even come on. He had to pay to ship it back to them to either get it repaired or replaced. And I thought that was a crock right there. You know, I don't care what company it is. You should pay the shipping. It's you sent this to me or it broke. You know, that's your fault. You need to pay the shipping. And again, not to bring it up, OUPES. That's what I said. That's what I love about them. Every power station I've ever had to send back, I've had to send back and wait. With OUPES, they send you the new one, the replacement. And they're not refurbished. They're new. And then you send the other one back, which is good. But Blue Eddy, like I said, Blue Eddy's a good brand. I like Blue Eddy a lot. But daggone, they're just so pricey now. I mean, they're literally just about unaffordable. I can't afford them. I'll be honest with you. My two AC 200Ps, two of them are brand new. I bought two used. They work fine. But I could not afford the newer models. I cannot. I'm not going to lie about it. And again, that's why I love OUPES. I'm getting the good quality for a budget price, to be honest with you. I mean, there's no other better way of saying it. I just had the same experience with the Picron. Cost me $100 to ship it to Picron and took them a month to decide they needed to send me a new unit. I really like Picron E3600. However, their customer service and quality concerns me. I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly there, Kurt. Like I said, I've got the Picron E2000. I got two of them, and they both work great. One will throw an error on me every now and then. Not much, and I ain't going to swear to it, but I believe what it is where I've got my two freezers, my two refrigerators hooked up at the same time. Three of them, maybe even four, they might surge at the same time, and they overload the E2000. If not, it's got a little glitch, but it only shows up every now and then. And that was a used one I bought. New, supposedly new, but used one time, recharged twice. And I only give $400 for it. Still in the box, brand new. They said they just charged it up twice. But the one I did buy brand new, I've not had a problem out of it at all. And I bought the extended battery. I've not had a problem. E1500 Picron, I bought it off of a buddy, another YouTuber, to be honest with you. A good guy. He done his testing on it. And It doesn't give me no trouble. It works perfect, except on my dining room stand-up freezer. That freezer and it does not get along. I do not know what it is, but I can just literally hook up that freezer, or I can hook up all of them to the 1500, and it'll just start buzzing and blinking on and off. It just does not get along with the 1500. So I do not use it on that freezer. I kindly use it more or less on the other ones, or maybe to take out into my workshop, in a blackout, run some lights or something, or just a single fridge. But I mean, other than that, it works great. But yeah, the Pecron, it's not good that they charge you to send back a unit that they promised work that don't. To me, that's bad business. It really is. But he really likes the 3600. However, customer service. But yeah, Pecron, like you said, it's iffy there. It's hit and go. They're, to me, a budget power station company. And like I said, if you can get a good one, they work great. Or it don't. It's one of the two. I have two of the E1500 LFPs. One is absolutely perfect. The other squeals. I got you there. When the fans start up in about every couple of minutes, they say that's normal. To me, that's not normal. I mean, that's me. If I give you $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, I want it to work like it's supposed to work. And that's why I sent back my Alcatel P5000. Now, this is the truth about it. The fans stayed on continuously. If it was on, they run. They weren't loud, but you knew they were on. You could hear them. It didn't bother me. It's just, in my mind, in 10 years, them fans are going to go out way before 10 years, I would think, running continuously for hours on end. I contacted Alcatel, and they said, I don't know what's wrong, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, we went about 3 weeks. Finally got to return it. Sent me a new one. It done the same thing. So I contacted them again, but it was a different, customer service. And they told me, they said, that's our new thing. Yeah, they run all the time. And cool. But why didn't your other person tell me that? Or, if that's the case, I'd have never sent it back. But that's how stupid they were. I'll be honest with you. There ain't no other way of putting it. I'm calling you with a problem, and you don't even know that they run continuous. So I had to send it back to you. You sent me another one. And then another rep tells me, oh, yeah, that's the way it works. And if you read in the book, which I should have, it tells you that. It's a continuous fan. That way it don't overheat. But it just burnt me up that for one customer service didn't even know that. So that was a lot of time and hassle shipping and waiting that I didn't have to go through that I did. But, it is what it is. But the one thing I can say for certain, you don't have that problem with OUPES. I've actually only talked to one person that said that they had a problem with their OUPES customer service, but yet they never sent it back. So I don't know if they were just ragging on them or what, because, if something's wrong with it, why wouldn't you send it back? They said they just got mad and just decided to keep it. I wouldn't keep it. So I really don't believe that person. I'm not calling him a liar. I'm just, it just don't make sense to me. If this ain't working, I'm sending it back for another one. OUPES has always even told me, like when my Mega Ones, they told me right up front, if you would like to return it, we'll give your money back or we'll send you a new one. I didn't even ask for the money back, but I thought that was nice that they did do that. And that's why I say I'm just comfortable with OUPES as far as the warranty. I have no worries about it. And like I told them, I'm going to keep it, if it does what you say with that little fan and all, recalibrating it, in which I did it. Like I said, 15 minutes, I can live with that. So the best thing I can just say is if you're going to spend a lot of money, make sure you're getting good quality with a really good warranty. Because why would you pay really high dollars for something that ain't got much warranty or much customer service? If you ever try to call Blue Eddie's customer service, let me tell you what, that's a headache. But that's what I say with OUPES. Message them, they will get right back to you within 24 hours. And like I said, I've never went no more than 3 days without them given me an answer. They would reply to me within 24 days. But if they didn't know the answer, they say, we will get right back to you as soon as we talk to our technicians. I think 3 days, the longest they ever went, and they tell me what I needed to know. So that's the best thing I can say about OUPES is the warranty and customer service. You just cannot beat. And their quality. I mean, these things ain't built cheap. They don't look cheap. I mean, you get a lot of perks on them that you don't even get with, like I say, the Jackery. I got the new Jackery Explorer 2000, and I like it. The battery, the watt hours and all, great. It runs great. But it's like it's simple. You know what I mean? It looks good, but like this has got the boost mode. Jackery ain't got nothing like that. They don't have the 140 watt USB-C. They don't got that. It don't kick itself off after 6 hours. It don't have that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just like when I look at the Jackery 2000, let's just even say to the Mega 1 here, the Jackery, I'll be honest with you, it just kind of seems cheap. They don't even have a metal frame inside anymore. It's just plastic and the batteries literally, it's got little slots and they just put it together. And they talk like it's a big thing. But man, if you ever accidentally drop that thing, it's going to bust right up on you. I like a metal frame in here to protect them. Plus, that's where your ground comes in at. When you plug up on your AC, OUPES is grounded. They're not just a plug. They're grounded when you plug it in there. So that's something to check out. OUPES gives you a quality product at a great price. They knocked Pecron completely off of my list. The two 1200s have completely replaced the pair of E600 LFPs that I was using for camping. Good for you, Jeffrey, and I agree with you. I would definitely rather OUPES than Pecron. That's the truth. I really would. I used to really like Pecron, but it just seems since I started my YouTube channel, I have heard so many complaints on Pecron. See here. I had an interesting conversation with Jackery regarding their product and the lack of user control and customization. They flat out said they design and build products for people who just want to. To me, Jackery, they were one of the first to come out, and that's where their name built at. To be honest with you, that's why they skyrocketed. They were one of the first. But if you really look overall now, they've kind of dropped down. People ain't talking about Jackery nothing like they used to. Blue Eddie, to me, has blown Jackery out of the water. But OUPES, I'm just flat going to say it. They are climbing the ladder quick. They really are, because they're not giving you junk. And you can depend on them. You got the warranty, customer service. You got the extra stuff in them. And the one thing a lot of people don't talk about, they have got so many models. And I mentioned this in my review. Right here, the Mega 1. If you don't want that big inverter, well, you can get the Exodus 1200. Does the same thing, but it'll last longer. But if you need that inverter for higher consumption, like surges, you know what I'm saying? Right there. Because this has got the, 4,500 watt surge on the Mega 1. So that's what I'm saying. And then just like their older models, I forget the name of them. They're black with the orange on the ends. I mean, they've just got so many models. For whatever reason you need, you have got so many varieties to look for. If you're wanting more watt hours, looking over here. If you're wanting more output continuous, right there. If you need a big surge, over here. They're just spread out all over the place. It ain't like they give you 2 or 3 models and say choose one. They give you a variety. And I don't know if a lot of you know this, but the 1200 here, this is just the beginning. I seen a picture and I thought I saved it. I cannot find it. But they're coming out with like 6 or 7 different models of the Exodus family here series. One of them was a 2500. What was it? 12. I wanted to say a 1500, but I know there was a 24 or 2500. I remember that because I thought, I want that. I hope when they come out with it, Rita, I want one. I want to do a review on it, so please send me one. But there's like 5, 6, 7 different ones of these. This is the second one they come out with. They come out with the 600. They've come out with the 12. And I believe the next one's either a 15 or a 2000. It's one of the two. I wish I could find that picture, but I don't know where it's at. I looked all day for it. Thought it was in my computer, looked in my phone. So, but it's just like the Mega series. You're going to have the Exodus, and then, like I said, they're older models, which I'm not for sure. I wouldn't, but I'd say a few of them they're probably going to discontinue. I don't know that for a fact. I ain't even heard it. I would just think, since they've got the Mega series and the Exodus, But like I said, they just give you such a variety. I talk too much. You may have noticed. Hey, Jeffrey, talk all you want to, buddy. That's what we're doing on here. It's why it's a live stream. Ask anything you want or just give us your input. It's why we're here. So, don't even worry about that. More talk. Hey, it's the less talk I do. Look at it like that. Plug stuff in and turn it on. They told me if you want features. Okay, I already read that. Sorry. I have a OUPES 600, 1200, Mega 3, Mega 1, 2 B2 batteries. Also an Exodus 600 and 600 Plus. There you go. I forgot about that one. The orange ones are discontinued. I figured they'd do that. I didn't know if they already done it, but I just figured they would probably do that. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. But yeah, that's why I said I forgot about the Plus. I'm glad you brought that up. So they got the 600, the 600 Plus, 1200, and like I said, I'm wanting to say it's a 1500 or a 2000, but I swear I believe it's a 1500. And then I know I seen it was either a 2400 or a 2500 Exodus. So they're going to have, like I said, a total of 6 to 7 of these Exoduses. Patrick, I have a OUPES 600. Oh, sorry, babe. You're welcome. Hey, thanks, Patrick. I told you, without my glasses, I really got to look. And I know I read some of them over. I'm sorry. The writing on here is just so little on my computer. Also, Exodus 1200 OTW. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the way this one runs, and that's why I'm hoping Rita's watching, I want that 24 or 2500 because that thing will be a beast. I mean, honestly, could you imagine the surge on it? I mean, if this is already a 3600, have you see here? I was reading and a message popped up. Have you dealt with Zoe yet? No, I have not. I don't believe so. If I have, it was probably during my Mega 5, but I don't believe I have. Rita is the one. She's not a customer service. She's kind of like a rep, for YouTubers and all that. And that's who I always try to talk to. I can't remember exactly who I talked to before with OUPES. It's been 2 or 3. There's always different names, and I'm sure they're not their real names, but hey, as long as they're polite and nice and they help you out, I don't care. But Rita has treated me real good, very respectful lady. Like I said, she sent me the 600, took a chance on me with the 600. And then when the 1200 was getting ready to come out, I actually reached out to her and asked her, hey, is there any way I could do a review video on it? And I expected them to say no. And boom, she's like, sure. She said, if you'll do a review video and a live stream. I said, hey, I'm in, never done a live stream. And again, I was nervous. Like I said, I've never done this before, but very good company. I've never had a customer service or anybody from OUPES to get smart, be snippy, nothing. They have absolutely been great in every way, every time. So that's what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you my experience. You cannot beat OUPES customer service, whether you buy them or not. They are great. As far as customer service and warranty, getting the job done, taking care of you, they are number 1 on my list. I'll be flat honest with you. I ain't met no company that has been better than OUPES on the customer service. She is the Facebook liaison for OUPES. I got you. Okay. No, I don't believe I've messed with her. I'm not on Facebook that much. I have a page, but I'll be honest with you, I ain't ever on there. I'm burnt out on Facebook. YouTube. I like to watch the news on YouTube. I like power stations. I watch anybody that does power station videos. I watch them. I'm not biased. I ain't on here trying to be the best that there is, because it ain't going to happen. I'll be honest with you. There's a whole lot better out there, and I'll admit it to you. But I just like watching power stations, solar panels, little tricks of the trade, stuff like that in the news on YouTube. I wake up in the morning. I watch my regular news. I ain't going to say, because a lot of people hate them, but I watch my regular news till about 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30. And it goes to YouTube the rest of the day until about, I'm wanting to say about 2 o'clock. Then I'll watch regular TV. But I love YouTube. I've learned so much from so many people on here. I mean, there's so many that I could give a shout out to, but I'm not going to, because there's too many, and I don't want to name one and not another. Like I said, a good friend of mine I met on here, Wayne. He's in Florida. Great guy. We communicate at least every 2 or 3 days. That was him that texted me a minute ago, but I didn't want to answer it. I don't want to be rude to you, but he'll understand. But good guy. He buys these power stations like you buy popcorn. He's videoed and showed me, or FaceTimed. He's got rooms full of them, and he ain't even opened them. They're just sitting in the box. And I tease him, send them to me. But good guy. I mean, he's a prepper and trying to do his best for his family, just like me, And I use the handle East Kentucky Prepper. You got to come up with something on here to name your channel, or it ain't going to go nowhere. But my name is George. Middle name's Philip. We'll leave it there. But I'm just down to earth. I love to learn. I love prepping. Power outages in my area. I mean, it happens every 3 or 4 weeks. Somebody's out of power on one end of town or another. And I mean, during the summer, we lose power. We lost power. I think it was for like 3 days during the summer, 2 years ago. Thank goodness I had power stations. And a lot of people will sit there and go on. I love TikTok at 65 years old. And I am hooked. Hey, good for you. Way I look at it, whatever makes you happy, go for it. As long as you ain't doing nothing wrong, don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Do what makes you happy. Nice to meet you, Prepper George. Hey, ain't no problem. Nice to meet you too, Patrick. Every one of you, I want you to know I appreciate you watching my videos, clicking on the videos, the channel, thumbs up, subscribing. It means a lot. It helps the channel. But again, hey, it's just YouTube. If you don't do it, no big deal. But yeah, prepping, you get into it. You try to look ahead for your family. And like I said, we have so many power outages. That's what's got me into power stations and solar. If it wasn't for the power stations, this last storm we had, I'm just flat going to tell you, I have my propane insert stove in here. But far as power, I'd have had to done my gasoline generator. And my aunt right over the hill here, right down the road, they went and bought them a year or two ago, the biggest Predator gasoline generator that you can buy at Harbor Freight. I put it together for them, the wheels on it, the oil, all that. They were spending $50 to $55 a day during this last storm. I mean, that adds up. Like I said, we were out 4 hours shy of 4 days. So you can imagine, and that's a lot of money. I wasn't out nothing. I mean, as far as my power, I already had these. Yeah, you can say, well, you had to buy them. True. But I'll have these in 10 years and probably longer, hopefully. But they're bought and paid for. Like I said, I made money on my guns to get them. So in a way, I got a lot of them for free. Is the way I look at it. I didn't have that money to begin with. But what I'm saying is I didn't have to sweat about going out there and dragging my generator out, getting gas, taking a cord through the house, or even using my cord under the house like I got now for my power stations to charge off the generator. However you look at it, I had power. I didn't have to fool with getting gas. I wasn't out the money that they were, and I hate that they were. And the reason I know all that, where I have a 4-wheel drive, they couldn't even get off their road off the hill. They had to walk up the 4 5-gallon jugs come up here, put them in my truck, and I'd take their grandson to the gas station every day and bring him back. And then he'd have to walk them jugs all the way back down to their house. So that's how I know they spent $50 to $55 a day. I don't want to go through that. I'm too old to be doing that crap. So if you're even pondering on a power station, they're great. I'm not going to lie to you. And again, these things have LiFePO4 batteries, and that's 3,500 plus charges, for 10 years till they drop to 80%. And I know a lot of y'all's heard this, but I'm saying this in case there's somebody on here that don't know. One cycle is when you use your battery and now it's empty and you got to recharge it. That's one cycle. This one here, it'll get 3,500 plus cycles. Might be 3,510, might be 3,600, but somewhere between there, around 3,500 cycles. This thing is just going to burn off the very top 20% of its battery. It'll be dead. And what that means is you have 80% of this battery left. And an easy way of saying it, like I said, this, let's say, runs my refrigerator for 10 straight hours. Now, new. In 10 years, it'll run my refrigerator for 8 hours because it lost 20% of the battery. Don't mean you got to throw it away. Don't mean it don't work. It'll work just as good as it did the first day you bought it. It'll just run it for 8 hours instead of 10 hours. Only difference. Another 10 years, if it does last that long, you'll lose another 20%. So that's the way to look at that. But they tell you right on the box, right in your manual, right on the warranty, everything, 10 years, 3,500 plus cycles. So did your power stations get you through 4 days? How much total capacity do you have access all of your units? Honestly, excuse me, I counted it up one time and I honestly can't remember, but oh my gosh. If you can give me a second, I'll try to add them up real quick. Let's see here. 15. 1,000. Crap. I'm going to say, honestly, 70. I'm going to say 70 kilowatts. They're around. I've got 3 5,000 watt units. I've got one 3,600 watt. I mean, yeah, I'd say around 70 kilowatts. But during that 4 days, I just used my OUPES Mega 5. That was my first go-to. It got me through that first night. I used my Alcatel P5000. I used my FozzieBot 3600. I used them for nighttime. And then during the days, I used my Pecron P2000, my Blue Eddy AC200P, and then I got on my second Blue Eddy AC200P, and I got down to 40% when the power come back on. That's what I used, and you might as well say 4 days. I was 4 hours shy of 4 days. So like I said, they go further than you think. I did not run my TV because I didn't know how long the power was going to be off, and I was trying to conserve energy. So I did not use my TV, but I run both stand-up freezers and both stand-up refrigerators. Run my lights, my USB, LED light bulbs. Charge my radio up. Coffee pot. Let me tell you what, I burnt that thing up. I'll be honest with you, and that was on my Mega 1. And I take it back. I forgot. I used this Mega 1 on my hot plate to cook and my coffee pot. And I used my little 600 watt ones. Not this one, a couple more just for lights and stuff. So yeah, I mean, and I had, oh my gosh, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had 12 other power stations plus my other Pecron E2000 with the expansion battery, which was 5,000 watts. So yeah, I mean, that's why I said I could have went 6 days. I know, easy. But these things will go further than you think, and they're a lifesaver. You ain't got to go out, get in the rain or the snow, and drag that old gasoline one out. I ain't saying don't have one, because they're nice. If you do need it, you've got it. I got 2 of them, but I didn't have to do that, you know. So cut out 3 out of 4 of those gas trips. That's exactly right. Jeffrey, yes, that is the way to go. This is my game plan, Jeff. I have a tri-fuel inverter generator. Those are nice. My brother-in-law's got one, gas and propane, and he loves it. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to let y'all see the OUPES. I really do highly recommend them. Again, why would you pay $6.99 2 months down the road when you make your mind up, when you can get this sucker for $3.50, but you can get it for $314.50 using my code and going through my link in the descriptions, but no obligations. Go to Amazon, go straight to OUPES if you want, but you can get it for $314.50 through my coupon code in the descriptions there. But why pay $6.99 when you can get this for $314, or get 2 of them, you know, for one price? Really, I mean, that's the way to look at it. That is my game plan, Jeff. I have a tri-fuel, yep, and all natural gas. George, can you pick a night to do a regular live stream? I mean, I can. I don't care to do it. If people would show up, I wouldn't care a bit to do it. Like I said, I love talking about power stations and solar. I do, or prepping, anything like that, you know, I'm into. If you would like to tune in, or if you would like to, you and me get together maybe one time, we can do a live stream together. It sounds pretty good right there, because you're into the same thing. My email is in the descriptions. Give me an email. We can exchange phone numbers and talk. But if you're not wanting to do it together, again, I can do a live stream again. Don't care a bit. Like I said, I'm glad for what people did show up. I'm doing this for OUPES. OUPES has been good to me, so I promised them I'd do it, and I keep my word. But I just seen a gnat go by right over there somewhere. Hate them things. But yeah, like I said, you ain't going to go wrong with OUPES. Like I said, for the money, jump on this one. I'm not joking you. I told y'all a while back about the that black one again, the Dr. Prince. And I think one guy, him and his buddies, I forget who it was, they bought like 6 or 7 or 10 of them. But it works great. I'm telling y'all, this is a deal and a half. It truthfully is. Don't let it pass you by. Do not pay $6.99 down the road when you can get it for $3.50 or $314.50. So check it out. George, can you pay? I got my Exodus 1200 for $315. Also, I applied for an Amazon credit card and got a $100 gift card that I used towards it. Hey, good for you, buddy. Patrick means that's a great deal right there. Homestead, I have never done a live stream, but I might be willing to give it a go one time and see. So far, it's not been hard. I can't seem to get on the live chat and type. I mean, I'm still looking at what I put. I put the link and all right there, and I was going to just put it on the board there, but I can't do it. All I can do is read off of it. But besides that, it's simple. I really didn't think it was going to be this easy, but so far it has been. Like I said, if you're interested, Homestead, I'd be glad to do you and me both on here talking, giving ideas, or just shooting the breeze about power stations and solar. That's great. But if you want to do one on your own and check it out first, or we can do one together, either way, like I said, I'd do one with you. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to see. I join in. Patrick Means. There you go. Do you got a channel, Patrick, or you just on here, or what? Homestead sounds good. That's good. Like I said, my email's in the description. You can email me, and we can go from there. You've done great tonight. I subscribed. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate that. I really do. Patrick means no. Hey, it don't mean we wouldn't do them with you, or I wouldn't. Hey, I'm just a country boy up on the hill right here. I ain't nobody special. We could get together one night. You must be a prepper, or you wouldn't be watching the channel, Patrick. But yeah, like I say, that's all we're here for, is to help exchange good info. And I'm telling you, like I said, OUPES is the one who has really got this live stream going by sending me the Exodus 1200, and they've even sent me the Exodus 600. If it wasn't such a great deal, I wouldn't push it on you, and I'm not trying to push it on you. But if you are looking for a power station, this is the last time I'm going to say it, please look into the Exodus 1200. You will not regret it. Your power goes out, you can just literally set this on the counter or in the floor, plug your refrigerator up to it, 10, 15. If you've got a newer refrigerator, I honestly, I wouldn't doubt if you couldn't hit 18 to 20 hours, to be honest with you, just depending on the efficiency of it. But if it's a newer one, you're going to blow my time right out of the water. I'll tell you, my double door is 30 years old. And like I said, the single one in there, it's probably at least 15 or 20, at least. But you ain't going to beat this right here. Don't lose your food. CPAP, oxygen concentrator. It's a great backup for them, for medical. I hate to say it, but I was on oxygen at one time. Had the little machine, and I don't know how many times power went out. And then, let me tell you what, when you're on oxygen, that's not just smothering you. It's scary. I'll be honest with you. It's scary because you cannot breathe. But right here, my mother died of emphysema, COPD. I wish these were out then, because that'd have been great for her. Anybody with an oxygen machine, CPAP, stuff like that. There's other things, like with your kidneys and all. For people that is home, you ain't going to beat them, especially like if you live in an apartment, or something like that, or in the city. Right here, I'm telling you, for the money, you will not beat it. Guaranteed 10 years, but it'll go beyond 10 years, I promise you, as long as you take care of it. But my dad was from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I'm originally from West Virginia. I'm originally from Charleston, West Virginia. That's where my mother and her family was. My dad lived here in East Kentucky. I moved up here at 16 because my mother got so bad. I mean, she couldn't take care of me. I couldn't take care of her because I was 16 then. So I moved up here with my dad, and I've been here ever since. He's passed away, but me and my wife, and I've got a daughter here. I've been here ever since 86, October of 86, East Kentucky. But I've used mine with CPAP. There you go. And I guarantee you it works perfect with the CPAP, don't it? I'm a diabetic. A cooler or refrigerator for insulin is necessary. Let me tell you what, I'm a diabetic too since I've had my surgery. And yes, you are right. That is one thing, if I ain't mistaken, that was one of my first thoughts. It got me into power stations, to be honest with you, was how was I going to keep my pins cold? Because I was on the little vials where you had to draw it up with a needle, put it in your stomach. But then they switched me to the little stick pins. You put a little needle on it and shoot it in you, you dial it. But yes, you got to keep them cold, because if they're not cold for so long, they're no good. Man, let me tell you what, all that money you paid for them, you just threw it out the window. That's why I said, at the very least, I'm going to be honest with you, the very least, get you a little 600. They're great. Like I said, it'll run my refrigerator, I know, for an hour, and that's the double door one. But for a CPAP or something, you got hours on that. And don't hold me to it. I'm wanting to say they're like, with my discount code on them, it's like $122, if I ain't mistaken. 122 or 129, somewhere through there. Brand new warranty, 3-year warranty. But check out OUPES. Truthfully, I'm not just trying to blow smoke up your butt or nothing. They're a good brand, good warranty, good customer service. I love them. I'm going to be honest with you. I love them. They're great. Not had a problem out of them. Nothing that they didn't back up and fix. So the way I look at that, I didn't have a problem. It's like getting a new car and then getting a flat tire. them putting a new tire on your car. Did you really have a problem besides a little bit of time? You know, that's the way to look at it. But see here, I seen Detroit. Who said they was from Detroit? That's Patrick Means. Okay, well, you in the big city, ain't you? But yeah, you need to just check into these. See, Joanne Manuel, hi there. Do you know if their solar panel has the 7909 connector required for this power station? Their solar panels, like I said, if it wasn't so big and awkward to get it, I'd show you. But yes, they have the barrel ports. They give you, it's a 4 or 5. It's like one wire, and then it just splits off to different connectors on your solar panels. So yes, you will have the input for your power station. Yes, as far as the OUPES, and they mostly got the common ones on there. Even if you ain't got a OUPES, it should be able to plug right up to it. But as far as OUPES, yes, if you buy their solar panels, you have the connector for any of their power stations. So problem solved right there. It's just right out of the box, plug and play. There you go. And these are the 240 watts solar panels. So like I said, don't matter what model OUPES you have, they will fit it. You know, just pick one of the 5. Pretty sure there's 5 or 6, but I think it's 5. But one of them will plug up to any of your OUPES. So that's a no worry for you. See here, my OUPES 600 ran my CPAP on the 12-volt carport for 6 nights. Hey, in all honesty, I didn't think it'd go that long, but that's good right there, Patrick. That's real good. I figured maybe like 4 nights and charge it up, but 6 nights, that's great. Means no humidity. Joanne, thanks. Yeah, thank you, hon. Like I said, any questions, ask away. I'll do my best to tell you. But yes, check their power stations. Check their solar panels. You ain't got no worries. Whatever power station you order, or if you've already got one, order whatever panel you want. It'll plug right up. No problems there. So I said, OUPES tries to take care of you, and they try to make it easy. Just like I said, they could have had just one little plug that plugged into the power station, but I'm pretty sure it's 5 of them on there. I wish I ain't going to get them down, but I promise you they're there. It's just one wire. And 2, they've got USB ports built into the back of the panel too. So if you're like charging up your Mega 1, let's just say you're out on your porch or something, charging your Mega 1, you could actually take your cell phone, if it's got a USB, and plug it right back up here to the back part of the panel and let it charge while it's still charging your power station. I know a lot of people think that ain't no big deal, but you know what? You're not taking the battery off of this. You're just sucking it right from the solar panel. So, well, I'll tell you what, we've been on here going on, 2 hours. So I'm going to call it a night. First live stream, so forgive me if it wasn't the greatest, but I tried my best. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I'll tell you what, we've got 2 minutes till it's 2 hours. Any last questions? I'll try to answer them real quick, the best I can, if you put them up there real quick. But I do thank every one of you for showing up. I know I don't got thousands of people, but you know what? As long as there's a few, we got something to talk about. Have a good night, Jeff. Hey, Jeffrey, thank you, buddy, and you have a good night as well. Patrick, you did quite well. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, just trying to pass around some good info. I get good info. Just trying to pay back a favor to OUPES. They just want me to spread the word, and I'm not lying about nothing. You're getting quality with OUPES. I promise you are. I wouldn't tell you this if it wasn't the truth, because all you got to do is come back and say that old George on East Kentucky Prepper, he's a liar. Don't listen to him. I don't want that. I try to tell the truth the best that I can. And so far, OUPES has been awesome. I mean, truthfully, they have. So I'm telling you, if you're looking at a power station company, this is probably it is my number 1 pick. There ain't no doubt about it. Check them out first. If you ain't happy, move on. But like I said, right now, you're not going to beat this price. And if you are serious about getting one, do not let this sale pass you by. Please don't, because it's saving you money big time. But is OUPES your favorite? I'm gonna put it to you this way. You know, it's like buying a car. You know, of course, Ferrari, Porsche, and all. If you have the choice, that's what you're going to get. But for me, I'm going to be honest with you, they don't break the bank. And for what you're paying, you're getting a lot more than what you're paying for with OUPES. I'm going to be honest with you. So, yes, I guess I would say they are my favorite. Because like I said before, if I had to get rid of every power station I had in this house and only get to keep one, I'm going to tell you flat out, I keep my OUPES Mega 1 or OUPES Mega 5. That is my absolute favorite power station. I love Blue Eddy, don't get me wrong. But man, that Mega 5, I mean, it's just got so much battery, no problems. It's on wheels. You got a handle. You just got it all. I mean, and like I said, as far as just around the house, running a refrigerator or something like this, my OUPES is my first go-to. I'm not going to lie. I like my Blue Eddies because, I'm going to tell you the truth, I like Blue Eddy because of the solar input. I can take 700 watts on my array and put into my one Blue Eddy. I can go further, and I can go 2,000 on the Mega 5. You know, OUPES, they might not go clear up there, but I honestly forget what I can bring in with the Mega 1, to be honest with you. Let me get my glasses. I don't want to lie to you. I forget what the Mega 1 is. It's 80. The top on it is 80, which is still great. There's nothing shabby about that. But, you know, when you look at the Mega 5 and you can bring in 2,000 watts, that's a whole lot of watts, and it charges faster. The more, or volts and watts. I'm getting tired. But the volts and watts, the more you can get in, the quicker it's going to charge. But 80 is still great. And like I said, this right here will take in 16 to 26 volts, 240 watts on solar, but you can take your solar and plug it up to the wall and get 840 watts. So that's quick. So that's why I said they've tried to actually shove everything in here, every good quality that they can. So, you know, it's one good thing right there. This was fun. Thank you, Kurt. Hey, thank you, buddy. It was fun, to be honest with you. I was all nervous about it, but honestly, I've had a great time, to be honest. My number one go-to, 800 maybe on the Mega 1. Okay. Hey, that's what I said. Anybody that actually owns the OUPES, they'll tell you, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody will tell you OUPES is a good brand. I don't think anybody's really got nothing what you call bad to say. They might want a little more something in there. You know, we could always use more. But for what you get and the price compared to every other power station brands out there, their price is not bad at all. And they give you exactly what they tell you. They're not like some of these places that they tell you bull, and then when you get it, it don't do it. It does exactly what it says on the OUPES brand. So, like I said, that's all I can tell you is check it out. Get it while the getting's good on the sale. I appreciate every one of you. I hope to see you back, and I will have another live stream. I really will. Y'all have enjoyed this. Hey, if you enjoyed it, I know I've enjoyed it. So, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Until I get another video up within 4 or 5 days, you know, I'll have another review out on something. I've got about 3 different items in there, 3 or 4 that I'm going to do a review on, brand new. Some of them were sent to me, some of them I bought, but I'm going to do a review on them. But I hope y'all had a good time. I really appreciate you. Hey, thank you, Homestead. I thank every one of you for tuning in. I'll get back with you. Hey, God bless you all. Take care of your families. Take care of your neighbors. And God bless you. Take care.